Oke. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from second group of modern literature class. We are going to present the result of researching our selected article named American Dream in J. Gatsby as the main character of the Great Gatsby novel. Before presenting the article, I'm going to introduce the member of the group. Our group consists of 6 members. Batistuta Dewa Ramadhani, Fadhilatul Fajriah, Nuriya Habibah, Nanda Inayah, Mizan Ghulam Sajjad, and Salzabilla Millene. Next. So this is our outline. The first, we are going to present the introduction or background information, reason of selecting the article. The next is strength and weakness of the article, suggestion to the author, and the last is conclusion. And then we are going to begin with introduction. My name is Salzabilla Millene, and I will present the introduction of selected article. So, the first is the background information of selected article. The title is American Dream in J. Gatsby as the main character of the Great Gatsby novel, and the author is Vidya Mutia Citra. Then, the name of the academic journal is Compendium, Journal of Cultural, Literary, and Linguistic Study of Universitas Diponegoro or Diponegoro University. And then the literary work discussed in this article is F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. So I will present the brief explanation of this article. This is a journal. This is a research journal by Vidya Mutia Citra, the student of English Literature of Universitas Diponegoro, published at Compendium Online Journal. This journal describes the concept of American Dream that J. Gatsby, as the main character, has. The author wants to show the effort J. Gatsby puts to reach his American dream. Next will be our members, our next member.
Okay, thank you. My name is Mizan Sajjad, and I would like to explain about why our group or the reason of selecting this article. Okay, next. The first point is the article has an interesting title. So the researcher found the interesting title, which is American Dream in J. Gatsby, as the main character of the Great Gatsby novel. If we look by the title, we can see that the focus of the researcher is about the American Dream in the main character, whose name is J. Gatsby. The second point is related to what has been studied in the modern literature class. Because in modern literature, we learn about the American Dream, and after we learn the definition of American Dream, example of American Dream on the Great Gatsby novel, and how people reach the American Dream, it got our group interested in discussing this article. The third point is the object of the research, The Great Gatsby, is also interesting to discuss because this novel has been very famous with the American Dream of J. Gatsby. And the author of this novel is F. Scott Fitzgerald, is also introduced the base age. And the last point is the use of language is easy to understand and is related to the way of the researcher in analyzing the American Dream in J. Gatsby character. because the researcher wants to analyze the concept of American dream, the characteristic of American dream, each character, and the way main character or JKSP gets his American dream. Thank you. I will like to move in the next member.
So I will continue by explaining about strong abstract method and theory and the implementation of method and theory in analysis. First, strong abstract. The author is very concerned about the principle of American life at the time in the setting of Great Gatsby novel. By definition, the American dream is a concept that has been existed since 1931 in the novel of James Russell entitled The Epic of America. Now we move to method and theory. In using this method, the author uses socio-historical method in his approach to understanding the mindset of American society at that time. Whereas in the use of the theory, the writing uses psychoanalysis theory. For the method of getting data is descriptive qualitative methods. The qualitative method is a method of research that is descriptive and tends to use analysis. Then there are 4 points for the implementation of method and the theory analysis. The first is seeking happiness. In the context of American Dream, the writer provides a dream perspective of each characters in the novel. However, these perspectives tend to conflict with one another. For the second, individualism, we think the author did research on the socioculture of that era. Therefore, the author found that there was a belief in society at the time that depended on individual effort. The third, persistence. The writer carefully saw the persistence of Gatsby, who grew up in a poor family. However, Gatsby, with all his might, to achieve his dream, becoming a successful person. Then the last, self-reliance. The author sees Gatsby as a person who is determined and very independent in living his life, and he always tries to solve all his problems alone. Thank you. Next, we move to another presenter.
Okay, my name is Nanda Inayah. I will continue with the weakness of the research. There are 5 weaknesses that we found in this research. The first one is the writer uses of informal words. In research study, pronouns are not recommended to be personal or use I word, but in her writing, the writer uses the word I instead of pronouns such as the writer, the researchers, or and so on. And the second weakness is the previous study is not explained in detail. Previous research is not written by the researcher in detail, and we cannot get the full information. The third is write in incomplete words. The writer mentioned about the gaps between her study and the previous one, but she doesn't explain it well and clearly. And number 4 is theories are not well presented and inappropriate. The author mentions the research method of psychoanalysis, but in the discussion, she does not show a relationship between them. Besides, the writer also does not give much quotation about what the expert said about the object that the writer is researching. And the last but not least is conclusion is not fully presented, where the author does not rewrite the result of the discussion briefly in her conclusion. Uh, for the next, we will move to the next presenter.
Thank you. My name is Nuriya Habibah. I will continue with suggestion to the author. The first is the author has several writing errors, such as in the introduction in paragraph 3, line 7, have effort. The author should have to spread the word have an effort because they have no meaning when seen in the dictionary if they are not separated. And the second is the content of the article is written properly by the author. The language chosen by the author is also easy to understand, and the author's explanation is also very detailed, such as starting from the author providing an understanding of what will be researched and continuing to the subject matter being researched by the author. Not only that, but the author also includes evidence or quotation which strengthen the author's argument that what is being studied is true. So, the writer must maintain the way of presentation contained in the article she writes. And also in the future, we hope that the author can use formal language but and easy to understand. Thank you. And next.
Okay, my name is Fadhilatul Fajriah, and I will continue with conclusion. We can conclude that everyone certainly wants things to be a successful person like the American dream, a desire and high hopes for success that all Americans want to achieve, with the main goal of making lots of money and being successful. As we can see from the main character in The Great Gatsby, who perseveres in achieving his success to the peak. He wants to change his life. Of course, this is not easy. He is willing to do difficult things to achieve his desires. On the other hand, he wants to reclaim his lover with these achievements. Although he did not do a good job, his passion, persistence, and struggle can motivate us to succeed. It reminds us that success is not in the form of instant thing, but must be with our own strong determination to achieve it. His struggle can be a role model for us, as Gatsby can change low social conditions to be able to compete with high social class. And passion and strong determination to success are a major key for in achieving a success that will be extraordinary achievements for us. That's all the presentation from our group. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.